Namaskara. Welcome to Samveda E-Class Learning Program. This program is sponsored by Government of Karnataka, Department of Public Instruction and DSCRT. My name is Vinayak M. Shaldar, working as a science teacher at Government High School, Radder Nagnur, Nargunda Taluk, Gadag district. Today we will learn the chapter Heat from 7th Standard Science. We have already completed the two parts. In second part, we have learned that laboratory thermometer, differences between the clinical thermometer and the laboratory thermometer. How does the thermometer work? Digital thermometer, thermal scanner, strip thermometer and transfer of heat, that is conduction. And finally, we learned about that conductors and insulators in our everyday life. Today we will study about transfer of heat in the liquid and gas by the convection, effect of convection, that is sea breeze and land breeze, transfer of heat in that radiation, and we will come to know how the light colored clothes keep us cool in summer season and how the woolen clothes keep us warm in winter season. In last part, we studied how does the heat transfer through a solid. In this part, we will study how does the heat transfer in the liquid. For this, let us watch a video.
Let us perform an activity to demonstrate the transfer of heat in liquids and gases. The items required for this activity are a round bottom flask, tripod stand, candle, matchbox, straw, potassium permanganate crystals and water. Fill approximately 2/3 of the flask with water and place it on the tripod stand. Wait till the water in the flask is still. Now, with the help of a straw, gently place a crystal of potassium permanganate at the bottom of the flask. Now, heat the water by placing the lighted candle just below the crystal. Carefully look at the pattern in which the pink color spreads. Directly above the flame, it goes up, but it sinks at the sides. Why does this happen? When water is heated, the water near the flame gets hot and rises up. The cold water from the sides moves down towards the source of heat. This cold water then gets hot and rises up. This process continues until the whole water attains the same temperature. This kind of heat transfer is known as convection. In convection, there is an actual transfer of the particles of the medium. This process necessitates the heating of a liquid from below rather than from the side or the top in order for it to boil. So, convection is the mode of heat transfer in liquids. Heat transfer in liquids takes place by the process of convection.
This video suggests that when we supply the heat to a liquid, the particles which are in the contact with the heat source, they get the heat and they become lighter and they rise to the top. The particles at the upper level, they are comparatively heavier, so they slowly sink down and then they get the heat and starts to rise. This cycle continues till the whole liquid gets the heat. For better understanding, watch this video.
Alright, so here we have a way to demonstrate convection, which you normally wouldn't be able to see, but in this case we have this container which is half filled with cool water. It would be wonderful if it was ice cold, that might even work better, but this represents part of the atmosphere or the air, and then we're going to put 3 drops of food coloring, one in the middle which will be red because that's going to represent warm air, which we'll show you in a minute, and then we're going to put 2 sections of blue food coloring on either side, and that will represent cool air. When we move the hot water underneath the red food coloring, that will represent the uneven heating of the Earth's surface. And we will see what happens here as we add some hot water. And I will zoom in here. So again, the hot water represents the uneven heating of the Earth's surface, which should create some extra warmth in our atmosphere there. And we're going to watch this red food coloring closely. If all goes well, it should start to rise. And there we see, if you look at the bottom of the food coloring, we can see the food coloring start to rise, which means our water is warm enough. And so that's creating an area of low pressure as the hot air rises. And as it rises, we can already see that the blue food coloring, which represents the cold air, is moving in to replace the warm air that is rising. So it's moving into that area of low pressure. And that is a good representation of convection, which creates air movement or wind.
How does the heat transfer in gases? Let us watch this video.
You can test this by holding your palm at a safe height above a candle flame. The palm feels hot only when it is held directly above the flame. If the palm is held on the sides of the flame, it does not feel so hot. This is because of the fact that hot air always rises up as it becomes lighter. So, it can be inferred that convection is the mode of heat transfer in both liquids and gas.
This video suggests that heat transfers in liquids and gases by the means of convection. So, convection is transfer of heat occurs in liquids and gases by the movement of particles towards the heat source. Some students are doing an activity about convection. Let us watch this one. We are performing an activity. Suppose the line made by these children is a liquid material and these children are liquid particles, and the chocolate is heat source. The particles get the heat and they rise. Similarly, next particles come near to the source and they get the heat. In this way, in liquids and gases, heat transferred by the method of convection. Let us study the effects of convection in gas. I think you have enjoyed this Diwali balloon lamp. How does it work? When we ignite the lamp, the hot air starts to fill in the balloon. Then the balloon becomes lighter than the surrounding. That starts to rise slowly. Let us enjoy the video. I think you might have seen hot air balloon in movies or television. Can you imagine this can lift about 500 kilograms of weight? Let us study about sea breeze. Before that, we will do an activity. Take sand and water in two identical plates. Put them in the sunlight for an hour. Then measure the temperatures. Let us do the activity. Here I have taken two plates. The first plate contains some amount of sand and the second plate contains some amount of water. I will place these two plates for 1 hour. We will see what will happen after 1 hour. It is about 1 hour. Water is somewhat warm, but the sand is hotter than the water. We can measure the temperature by using this thermometer. You can see the rise in the temperature. The spirit level of this thermometer is rising. Now I will keep this thermometer in the sand. Now you can see the temperature of the sand is about 40 degrees Celsius. This activity shows that land gets heated faster than the water. So this makes us to understand a fantastic phenomenon, sea breeze. In coastal region, during the daytime, the land gets heated faster than the water. Then the air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes towards the land to take its place. You can see in the picture, the blue arrow mark is showing the cool sea breeze and red arrow mark is showing warm air from the land. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea to complete the cycle. The air from the sea is called as the sea breeze. This keeps the air cool in the coastal region. To receive the cool breeze, the windows of the houses in coastal area are built towards the sea. Let us study about land breeze. Before that, we will do an activity. Take the sand and water of same temperature in two identical plates. Put them inside the room for 5 minutes and then measure the temperatures. Let us watch the activity. I have taken hot water and hot sand. They are about 50 degrees Celsius. Let us check this one. You can see spirit level is rising. 52 degrees Celsius. Let us check the temperature of this sand. You can see spirit level is rising. It's about 40. 45. It is rising about 52 degrees Celsius. Let us keep this system for 5 minutes. After that one, we will check the temperature. Now, after 5 minutes, I am going to check the temperature. Water temperature is, you can see the water temperature is about 42 degrees Celsius. Now let me check the temperature of the sand. It is about 38 degrees Celsius. The activity shows that land cools down faster than the water. In the coastal region, at night, the land cools down faster than the water. So the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land breeze. Let us watch a beautiful video about sea breeze and land breeze.
It's a sunny day at the beach. As the sun rises, the land warms up faster than the water does. This causes the air above the land to also warm up. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure. Meanwhile, the air over the ocean is cooler. Cooler, denser air sinks over the water, creating an area of high pressure. The differences in pressure and air temperature create a convection current. Warm air over the land is replaced by cool ocean air. This air is warmed by the land and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the sea to the land are called sea breezes. At night, the convection current reverses. After the sun has set, the land cools more quickly than the water. Therefore, the air above the land also cools down. Cool air, being more dense, presses down over the land, creating an area of high pressure. Meanwhile, because water cools down slowly, the air over the ocean is still warm. Warm air, being less dense, expands and rises, leaving an area of low pressure over the water. At night, cool air over land moves towards lower pressure over the ocean. This air is warmed by the water and rises, and the cycle continues. Winds that blow from the land to the sea are called land breezes.
Effect of convection on water cycle. In lower classes, we have studied about water cycle. When sunlight falls on the water body, evaporation of water gets accelerated. The hot vapor starts to rise. This is due to the effect of convection. Convection has a vital role in water cycle. We know that Earth is getting the heat from the sun. How does the Earth get the heat from the sun? As there is no medium, it is not reaching the Earth by the conduction or convection. From the sun, the heat reaches the Earth by another process called radiation. It can take place whether a medium present or not. You may remember there is no medium between Earth and the sun, and we are getting the sunlight from the sun by the mode of radiation. Do you know hot utensil gets cooled by losing the heat by the process of radiation to the surrounding? You may wonder, our body also radiates the heat to the surrounding. All the hot bodies radiate the heat. When this heat falls on the another body, a part of it is reflected, a part of it is absorbed, and sometimes it may be transmitted. Some children are doing an activity about the radiation. Let us enjoy the activity. This boy has some marbles in his hands and he is throwing the marbles. Suppose he is a heat source and he is radiating the heat energy. Here the source is transferring the heat energy without any medium. This girl is throwing some balls and the children are catching the balls. I call this girl as a heat source and the children are an object which is absorbing the heat energy. Heat source is emitting the heat energy and the body is absorbing the heat energy. This boy is throwing the balls and the children are reflecting the balls. I call this boy as a heat source and the children as object which is reflecting the heat energy. I call this girl as a heat source and these children as an object. You can see the children are neither catching nor reflecting the ball. This means the object is transmitting the heat energy. It is neither absorbing nor reflecting the energy. This suggests that the temperature of the body increases due to the absorption of heat. So, you can reflect the sunlight by using an umbrella when you are outside. So, dear students, take an umbrella when you are going outside in summer season. It will protect from the sunlight. Let us study why do we feel hot when we wear black dresses. For this, let us do an activity. Take two identical metal vessels, paint the outer surfaces, one with the black and another with the white color. Pour the equal amount of water into the vessels. Keep them in the sunlight for an hour. After that, measure the temperature of the water in the vessels. You may get surprised. Let us do the activity. Now we are going to do a simple experiment. I have taken two vessels. One is painted with white color and another one is with black color. I have taken equal amount of water in both the vessels. I have closed the lids. I will leave the both vessels for an hour. Now it is about 1 hour. Now I am going to open these lids. Now I am going to touch the water. The water in this white vessel is somewhat hot, but in the black vessel is hotter than this one. Let us check the temperature. You can see the level of spirit is rising. It's about 33 degrees Celsius. Let us check the temperature of this black vessel. You can see rise in the temperature. It is about 40 degrees Celsius. Black dress absorb more heat, so we feel hot when we wear black dress. Now you may have one question in your mind. Why do we feel cool when we wear white color dress? For this, let us do another activity. Fill the black and white vessels with the hot water with the same temperature. Keep the vessels inside the room. Leave the vessels for 10 to 15 minutes. Then measure the temperature. Does the temperature of the water in both the vessels fall by same amount? Watch this video. You will get the answer. There are two vessels. One is white and the other one is black. I have taken hot water. Let us check the temperature of both the vessels. It is about 52 degrees Celsius. Let us check the temperature of the water, 52 degrees Celsius. Let me close the vessels. After about 15 minutes, I am checking the temperature of both the vessels. In white vessel, it is about 43 degrees Celsius. Let us check the temperature in the black vessel. You can see it is 45 degrees Celsius. With this small experiment, we can conclude that the object with white color radiates more energy or radiates more heat energy. That's why it remains cool. And the object with black color absorbs heat but radiates less energy. That's why in summer season we should not wear the black dresses. This activity suggests that white dress reflects the heat, so we feel cool when we wear white dress. These activities suggest that it is more comfortable to wear white or light colored clothes in the summer season. Dark surfaces absorb more heat. For better understanding, let us watch this fantastic video. Let us know how the woolen clothes keep us warm in winter. Do the woolen clothes generate the heat? No. Wool is a poor conductor of heat. The heat gets trapped between the wool fiber. It prevents loss of the heat from your body. To understand this one, watch this video. I have a thermometer. It is showing about 26 degrees Celsius. You can see here. Now I put this thermometer in woolen cloth. Keep this for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I have taken the thermometer. Read the temperature. It is same as the initial temperature, 26 degrees Celsius. You may get wonder how the woolen clothes keep us warm. It is not generating the heat, but it is an insulator and it prevents the loss of heat from our body. So the woolen clothes keep us warm in winter season. And finally, suppose you have a choice in winter of using one thick blanket or two thin blankets. Which one will keep you warm? Let us go through this video that will tell about this.
Why are two thin blankets warmer than one thick blanket?
'Cause two chocolates are better than one.
Nah. To understand this, we need to first learn about bad conductors of heat.
Oh.
Bad conductors of heat are the materials which do not allow heat to easily flow through them. Air, wood, and glass are some examples of bad conductors of heat. A thick blanket allows much of our body heat to escape into the atmosphere. However, when we use two blankets one on top of the other, air gets trapped between them. This air, being a bad conductor of heat, does not allow our body heat to easily flow into the atmosphere, thus keeping us warm.
Between the two thin blankets, there will be a layer of the air. You know, air is also an insulator, so it prevents the loss of heat. You can use two thin blankets, keep you warm. Before wind up the class, I have some questions for you. Sea breeze brings dash air as it is cool air. Second one, convection takes place in dash and dash. Come on children, can you try this one? Yes, liquid and gas. Third question is, Earth receives the sunlight from the sun by? Yes, you are right, it is radiation. Fourth question, the white dress keep us dash in summer. Yes, you are right, it is cool. In this class, we have studied about the transfer of heat in liquid and gas by the convection, sea breeze and land breeze. We studied about the radiation, and finally we came to know how the woolen clothes keep us warm and how the light colored clothes keep us cool in summer season. I have some questions as homework for you. Define A, convection, B, radiation. Second question, in the places of the hot climate, it is advised that the outer walls of the houses be painted white. Explain this one. Third one is how the woolen clothes keep us warm. Fourth one, which one is better to use, two thin blankets or one thick blanket in winter? Dear students, please write the answers to all these questions and submit that to your teacher. I am Vinayak M. Shaldar, a science teacher, Government High School, Redder Nagnur, Taluk Nargund, Gadag district. I hope all the best to all of you. Watch Samveda and have a wonderful study time. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.